The woman was about to win the title of the King of Chefs, but at the last moment, she unexpectedly threw away the carefully prepared top-tier dishes. Then, with the remaining 2 minutes, she quickly rubbed a spoon on an ice block and casually scooped up a piece of ordinary tofu. No one understood her actions, but she knew clearly that everything was a result of the betrayal in her past life. Back then, she had created a unique dish using the finest parts of 6 different fish species, but her best friend had stolen her idea and maliciously accused her of plagiarism. The audience's criticism came flooding in like a tidal wave. Just as she was about to defend herself, her boyfriend suddenly rushed up. Without hesitation, he slapped her and joined forces with the scheming woman to accuse her of copying. What broke her heart the most was that even her most trusted assistant stood with the scheming woman. At that moment, she finally realized she had been set up. It turned out that everything had been a joint plot between the scheming woman and her boyfriend, but she didn't give up. She firmly believed that showcasing creativity was just part of the competition. The true test would be the technical challenge that followed. However, the scheming woman sneered and declared that she was no longer qualified to participate. Just when everyone thought the matter was settled, the scheming woman gave a subtle hint. Suddenly, a man in black rushed up from behind and thrust a knife at her. Chaos erupted on the scene. Before the woman could defend herself, everything had already fallen into a desperate situation. Yet fate seemed to offer her a chance. She suddenly found herself back 20 minutes before the competition began. In this life, she vowed to make things right. She decisively abandoned her betraying boyfriend and ruthlessly kicked out the chef partner who had sold her out. This time, she was more cautious. When choosing ingredients, she avoided chicken and decided to make pastries instead. However, during the competition, her boyfriend secretly took all the yeast and flour. He thought that without these ingredients, she wouldn't be able to make delicious pastries. When the competition started, her boyfriend even began pounding the dough with his fists, drawing curious glances from others. But the woman firmly countered. Pastries require skill, not brute force. The orange pastry her boyfriend made not only looked like fruit, but tasted almost exactly the same. The audience thought she would surely lose. Her boyfriend, on the other hand, was full of confidence, saying that this was just his basic work. His ultimate skill was to make pastries as if the fish were swimming. At this point, the woman realized her boyfriend had stolen her original idea. She decided to make the pastry the same way and expose his theft. However, her boyfriend had already completed the fish swimming masterpiece. 2 lifelike fish-shaped pastries seemed to come alive. The audience marveled, calling it a miracle. Other contestants felt inferior, but the woman was unfazed. She still decided to challenge him. The scheming woman mocked her for not having yeast. Unexpectedly, the woman calmly replied, "That fish and water don't need yeast." This statement left everyone stunned. They thought she was just bluffing and began mocking her, telling her to admit defeat immediately. But the woman remained calm and continued kneading the dough. She began to carve the dough, slowly forming the shape of 2 fish. The audience was skeptical, thinking her attempt was destined to fail. Even the judges were preparing to announce the scores. Just then, the woman suddenly released an immense energy. She poured all her inner strength into the dough, and instantly, 2 golden fish leapt into the air.